Welcome to the Digital Hustle Podcast. So glad to have you here. Real quick, if you're serious about hitting that goal of making $10,000 a month online, I want you to check out the first link in the description after this. Now, today we are diving deep into something I'm seeing everywhere, the faceless creator trend. We're going to pull back the curtain on the marketing for a product that's built entirely around this idea and figure out the psychology they use to get people to buy. Let's jump right in.
So right out of the gate, the sales page hits you with this line. Now, this is more than just a headline, It's a qualifying statement. It's designed to find a very specific person in the crowd. Maybe that's you, the person who cringes at the thought of being on camera all the time. But instead of calling it a weakness, the copy does something brilliant. It reframes that feeling as your secret weapon. It's an incredibly powerful way to build an instant connection and make you feel like finally somebody gets it.
Okay, so once they have your attention, how do they convince you that this isn't just some tiny niche idea, but actually a huge, credible movement you can be a part of? Well, they let the data do the talking. This first part of their pitch is all about proving the trend with some pretty solid numbers. They want to make the faceless approach feel not just possible, but like the next big thing.
The first piece of evidence they throw at you is all about the money. $70 million. That's the ad revenue from faceless YouTube channels just in 2024. A number like that immediately changes your perception. This isn't just a side hustle. It's a legitimate, multi-million-dollar industry. It screams opportunity. Next up, they hit you with the social proof. Over 100 million views on hashtags related to faceless marketing. I mean, wow. This number is meant to show you that there is massive active demand right now. The message is clear. The audience is already there searching for this exact kind of content.
And finally, this is the one that really brings it home. They cite a survey that found over 70% of new solopreneurs would actually prefer to stay anonymous. This little statistic does something really important. It validates your own feelings. It tells you that you're not weird for wanting privacy. You're actually in the majority. It turns what feels like a personal hang-up into a documented market trend. All right, so the trend is established, it's real, it's profitable. Now the marketing makes a pivot. This is where it gets really smart. They stop talking about the big opportunity and start zeroing in on the pain. This whole section is about defining a problem that the target audience feels deep in their bones. We'll call it visibility burnout, and then twisting that knife just a little bit to create a powerful need for a solution. This slide lays it all out in black and white. It creates this stark contrast, right? On the left, you've got the old way, and just look at those words. Show up daily, be vulnerable, be visible. It sounds exhausting, doesn't it? Then, on the right, you have the faceless system with words that sound so much more strategic and peaceful. Build your list, send commissions, work quietly. It's designed to position the old way as the fast track to burnout and this new system as the smarter, more sustainable path to success. This quote right here, this is the emotional heart of their argument. It's basically giving you permission to let go of the pressure to become some kind of internet celebrity. It validates what you probably truly want deep down: quiet, consistent, and profitable work. It reframes your real goal as not just okay, but actually the smarter way to do things. It's a really powerful statement that makes you feel totally aligned with their message. So, after making that problem feel super urgent and making you feel completely understood, the marketing then, of course, introduces its solution. And it's not just any solution. It's perfectly positioned as the tailor-made answer to that exact visibility burnout problem they just spent all that time describing. Now, I want you to pay attention to the words they use here. It's not called a course. It's not a guide. It's a system. And the definition doubles down on that by emphasizing clear steps, AI prompts, and templates. These words are chosen very carefully to signal one thing: simplicity. It promises you a roadmap, a paint-by-numbers approach, not more homework. And that's exactly what someone who's feeling overwhelmed and burned out wants to hear. Each one of these features is a direct answer to a common fear. You've got writer's block? Bam, here are AI-powered prompts. Feeling overwhelmed by tech? Don't worry, here are funnel templates. Don't know how to write emails? The custom bot has you covered. They even address the mental game with mindset secrets to stop you from quitting. It's a complete toolkit designed to remove every single obstacle in your path.
By the way, if you're finding this breakdown valuable, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the Digital Hustle podcast. It really helps the channel out, and I'd appreciate it a ton.
Okay, so at this point, they've established the trend, they've agitated the problem, and they've presented the perfect solution. So what's left? It's time to make you an offer you can't refuse. This part of the pitch is all about building such overwhelming perceived value that the decision to buy becomes an absolute no-brainer. And there it is, $17.97. Now, this isn't just a random low price. It's what marketers call a no-brainer price point. It's so low that it removes almost all of the financial risk or hesitation. It makes the decision to buy feel small and easy, especially when you see everything else they're about to stack on top of it. This right here is a classic value stack. You see, you're not just buying one thing, the core system. No. You're getting the core system plus 5 other distinct valuable bonuses. Each one gets its own name, its own identity. Psychologically, this makes the offer feel massive in your mind, and it makes that tiny little price tag look almost ridiculous by comparison. Now this is where it gets really clever. These bonuses aren't just random add-ons. Each one is strategically designed to solve a specific fear or objection you might have. Feeling confused as a beginner? Funnel Foundations is there for you. Don't know what to write? The Campaign Creator bot solves that. Afraid you'll buy it and never actually start? Here's the 7-day checklist to get you going. They are systematically dismantling every single reason you might have for saying, not right now. Okay, we have now reached the final part of the sales funnel, what we call the close. The offer is on the table, the value is crystal clear. Now, the marketing copy has to deploy some powerful psychological triggers to push a person from just thinking about it to actually taking action right now. This is really the million-dollar question for any sales page. How do you do it? Because if a potential customer feels like they can just come back and buy it later, guess what? They probably won't. And if they feel like there's any risk at all, they'll hesitate. So let's break down exactly how this pitch tackles both of those problems head-on. Here are the 3 big techniques working together. First, they create urgency with a countdown timer and language like limited time offer. That makes you feel like you need to decide now. Second, they completely reverse any risk with a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. There is literally nothing to lose. And third, they use what's called emotional framing to raise the stakes of your decision, which we're about to see in the final quote. And that's the knockout punch. This final line paints a vivid picture of 2 possible futures for you. In one, you're still stuck, still frustrated. In the other, you finally made a breakthrough. And then, the copy frames this tiny, low-risk, $17 decision as the one single thing that determines which future you get. It's a classic closing technique that makes taking action feel incredibly important and necessary. So that's the teardown, and it leaves us with a really interesting question to think about, right? Is this whole faceless movement just a temporary trend born out of our collective burnout? Or does it tap into something deeper? A timeless desire to build something successful without having to live our lives in the spotlight. It's definitely something to consider. Hey, if this breakdown of the AI Faceless List Builder got you curious and you want to see the system for yourself, I put the link for it right at the very top of the description. Go ahead and check it out. Thanks for tuning into the Digital Hustle podcast. I'll catch you in the next one.